Greetings, fans of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Today's dramatic reading will be Smile by Alchemy. It's that day. Yay, it's that day. It was midnight of the new day. The moon was still out and Ponyville was fast asleep. Within Sugar Cube Corner, resting in her room, was a sleeping Pinkie Pie. As her adorable poofy mane-covered head rested, her mind was tizzy. Within Pinkie's dreaming mind, the land was divided into two separate lands. One land was full of sunshine and candy kingdoms, where the clouds were cotton candy and the land was covered in chocolates. The other was the exact opposite. A dark realm of large, jagged mountains, forests of dead trees and long stakes, with what could possibly be dead ponies. On the border between the two lands was a small cottage. It looked similar to the farmhouse that Pinkie grew up in, although one land appeared menacing and the other looked innocent. Both lands were calm and silent. The cottage was in an uproar.
"No, absolutely not!"
shouted one voice in a harsh tone.
"But you promised we'd make today special!"
replied a more energetic yet disappointed voice. Inside the cottage, the room was relatively empty. Aside from the most generic-looking kitchen and countless portraits of a generic Earth Pony farmers, there was nothing interesting inside. The only noticeable thing inside the cottage was a large table, big enough for a quite large family, in the center of the room. Sitting at the table were two mare ponies. One was a pink Earth Pony, an almost doppelganger to Pinkie Pie, except for her mane, which was straight and long. The other pony could be considered another doppelganger, except for the fact that her mane, though poofy, was yellow and her coat was white instead of pink. And the most obvious difference, she was a Pegasus.
"I told you, Surprise!" snapped the angry pink mare. "We could celebrate today, but not a party!"
"Aw, but Pinkamena," Surprise complained with a pout. "How else are we supposed to celebrate today without a party?"
"Simple," Pinkamena responded. "We just accept today is a day we move on and not even to think about it."
"Aw," Surprise pouted even more.
"But that's so boring!"
"That may be." Pinkamena laid back in her chair. "I don't want a party now or ever."
"How about we throw a party this year?"
Surprise tried bargaining.
"And you can make the decorations."
Pinkamena made a very monotone expression.
"Do you know how many ponies I'd have to kill to get the decorations I want?" "Well, then don't kill any ponies, silly!"
Surprise responded.
"Just have fun!"
"You know, I only have fun when I'm killing. You know this," Pinkamena responded.
"Maybe some delicious cake might change your mind."
Surprise resorted to bribery, but it didn't work. "You know I hate sweet things," Pinkamena responded.
"Aw, come on!"
Surprise ran out of approaches.
"That is seriously the worst attempt you've tried all night,"
Pinkamena responded.
"Not that it matters anymore. We've been arguing about this all night. We're gonna wake up soon."
Surprise looked at her right hoof as if there was a watch on it.
"Oh yeah. Guess we ran out of time this year, so we party!"
Surprise giggled loudly.
"You know what? Fine. Screw it. I don't care anymore."
Pinkamena responded in frustration, getting up and walking towards the door on her side. "Have your party. Just leave me out of it. Don't talk to me for the rest of the day."
"Oh, Pinkamena, don't be like that."
Surprise tried to talk back, but it was too late. Pinkamena was already out the door and gone. The equestrian sun was now high in the sky, but it wasn't noon yet. But it was getting close. Pinkie Pie woke up with a cute yawn, but a somewhat sad expression on her pouting face.
"Why does she have to be a grumpy Gus?"
Pinkie asked herself aloud. "Pinkie!" shouted a voice from downstairs. "Come down, your friends are here."
"Thank you, Mrs. Cake,"
Pinkie responded. Pinkie leapt out of the bed with a spring in her step and a small twinkle in her eye. No matter how Pinkamena acted, Pinkie wasn't going to let Pinkamena ruin her big day.
"Well, today's the day after all,"
Pinkie said to herself. When Pinkie reached the bottom of the stairs,
There wasn't a pony in the kitchen or anywhere to be seen. "Where is every pony?" Pinkie giggled. Pinkie made her way to the lobby of the bakery when, "Surprise! Happy birthday, Pinkie!" In the center of the room stood Twilight, Applejack, Rarity, Mr. and Mrs. Cake, Pumpkin, and Pound, giggling by their parents, and both Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy, holding a giant pink banner with the words "Happy Birthday" across it. "Aw, thanks, every pony!" Pinkie smiled with glee. "You beat me in my own punchline."
"Well, we couldn't just let you throw a party of one," Rarity remarked.
"Yeah, where's the fun in that?"
Rainbow Dash joked. "You always do your best to make parties fun for every pony," Twilight said with a smile. "So we thought we'd throw you a party." I hope that it's okay we threw a party for you without telling you," Fluttershy kinda apologized.
"Don't be silly,"
Pinkie said, hugging Fluttershy all adorable-like.
"Let's have super-duper smumper fun!"
Later that night, Pinkie was now hopping up and down in her room in her usual giddy attitude. In the room was a large mirror, which showed Pinkamina's very bored expression.
"Oh, we should have been there,"
Pinkie said aloud to her reflection in the mirror.
"We went to Sweet Apple Acres where Granny Smith made me some delicious apple pie with a candle on it. And then Rarity made me this cool birthday hat. It was made of candy. And we—"
"Enough!" shouted Pinkamena. "I know all this. I was there, remember?"
"Oh!"
Pinkie responded. "But didn't you say you didn't want anything to do with today? So how could you know if you didn't care?" Pinkamina's eyes slightly widened. As rare as it was, Pinkie just made a good point.
"I wasn't interested at all."
Pinkamena somewhat adorably tried to change the subject.
"I'm going to bed. Good night."
Pinkamina's face disappeared. Pinkie Pie, with a small powder in her face, went straight to bed. As Pinkie slept, her dream world came alive. The two sides of her mind separated by a stretching border, with the nostalgic farmhouse resting in the center. Inside the cottage, Pinkamena sat in her seat, a subtle hint of gloom across her face.
"Surprise!"
Surprise came out of nowhere and slammed something on the table in front of the shocked Pinkamena.
"Damn it, Surprise!"
Pinkamena shouted.
"You know I hate it when you do that." "Aw, don't be like that,"
Surprise responded.
"Look what I gave you."
Pinkamena looked down to see an oversized slice of cake with the words, "Happy Birthday, Pinkamena," somehow written across it in a large pink candle, halfway melted. Pinkamena's eyes somewhat shined, but it was easily hidden.
"I told you I didn't want anything to do with today,"
Pinkamena said.
"But today's special,"
Surprise replied, giving Pinkamena a big hug.
"Today isn't the only day we were born, but it was also the day we met."
Pinkamena, knowing that Surprise would never give up, gave up.
"Okay, I give up."
It somewhat pained Pinkamena to say the next line.
"Let's throw a party." "Hooray!"
Surprise shouted, shaking Pinkamena back and forth.
"Oh, wait, this reminds me!"
Surprise dropped Pinkamena and placed a blue and purple hat on Pinkamena's head.
"Happy birthday!"
Surprise shouted at the top of her adorable lungs. Pinkamena let out a sigh. "Happy birthday." Pinkamena then blew out the candle.